What's up, everybody? It's me, King Alpha. Obviously, hope everybody's having a great day. I know these streams that I like. I've been streaming, then doing a video, then streaming, doing a video. I'm trying to keep that rhythm and everything. I think I'm trying to take a break, at least from streaming every single day. It's been, sometimes it's great, but then with Conqueror's Blade right now, how it is with matchmaking and even just playing in general, at certain times, especially the fact that I'm in Wales, I can't get a lot of games at certain times because of the fact that I'm East Coast, and a lot of people aren't on at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning East Coast time. So for the most part, I believe I get like maybe a couple of small sieges, which I did get one of these small sieges, and this some sieges that are small are pretty fun, but then sometimes you get bots in your sieges when the community isn't obviously active at the time, so it does pretty much suck. But today, regardless, talking about that, I just wanted to really give a pointer out as why I'm not really streaming at certain times, or why I'm not streaming certain days. Because sometimes just taking a break, but then sometimes literally just working on other things as well, or just taking a break so I don't get stressed out with the game or get stressed out with just the content in general. So today I want to talk about the shared XP and the good and the bad bits about it. And honestly, guys, the shared XP was a great thing. I love it because there's certain units that I definitely, either don't want to level up, don't want to use, or just don't want to go through the hassle of using it and leveling them up at the same time. But there's a lot of, bad issues as well when it comes to the shared XP bit. It's just, there's just certain aspects to it that just aren't the best. So one thing I want to say first off, I'm going to be going for the good stuff first, and then I'll be going for the bad stuff. Now, some of the good things is that this is pretty decent for new medium, like new to medium players, and even the older veteran players that don't play that much, or just they play a lot but they play with like certain units or something. It's pretty good. The For newer players and medium players, however, I can see that it can kind of help out the new players get certain units maxed out faster, especially with new players when they're bringing in units that they don't want to max out at, like, in general. They just want to use them just to use them because that's their best unit that they have. But typically the best units to like really get in the early stages is like pike militia, spear sergeants, imperial pike guards. But to be able to get a lot of shared XP in there, and then being able to upgrade one certain unit, it actually does help a new player to medium player, or even a vet player, like I was saying. So that's some of the good aspects to it. I think there's a little bit of downsides as well with being a new player and having to deal with the shared XP as well, because of the fact that for some reason, and I don't know why they kind of did it this way, but I would have preferred that like sometimes they literally just kept the same XP and what you were getting before than what you're getting now. I think typically now I'll bring in even still one like unit that isn't maxed out, and I'll only get maybe a max of like 11,000 XP. Whereas before, with focus training, you were able to get about 40 something thousand XP, 50 something thousand XP. So, it does feel like you lose out on XP, but however, it all does go into the shared XP pool. But then, that gets to get put to whatever unit you want. So it's not that bad. I can see how that's not a massive downside. However, if I'm still trying to level up a new unit and then I want to take the shared XP and just use it for another unit, I don't see why all the XP is going towards one unit, but or like not going towards one unit, and then the XP is just going straight into the shared XP pool. I do enjoy the shared XP pool. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. As well, there was one thing I wanted to say. I do know that I say a lot. I don't know what it is. I got it from my dad. My dad, he says a lot, and it's just one of those habits, and it's a hard habit to break. That typically when I'm just speaking and I'm just talking, I'm just like, So I'm sorry if I just constantly say, and then this and that. I know most people don't actually know. So But this was a crazy move right here. Look at this. So I open this and then I just go like that, and then it was so beautiful. Even got a hero kill. I was like, oh, that was my plan. So sometimes longsword can be very fun to use. I think, you know, a lot of people just don't see it. And then look at that, another hero kill. These Imperial jabs are just absolutely beautiful. They're so fun to use compared to using, you know, stalwarts and paladins all the time. So let's get into some of the bad aspects of the shared XP that just really, and I'm gonna be quoting, well, not quoting, but getting this from Evo, because we did a podcast and Evo had, you know, shared an idea about the shared XP and what he was worried about it, and I fully agree with him now, and I see where he's coming from when he said all those things. And you know, I wish it wasn't like this, but it is. So one thing that is obviously happening now with the shared XP is that, especially for veteran players, I mean, some players before you know, would typically always use the same loadouts as always. However, one big thing that's happening is, since the fact that players don't need to worry about, you know, leveling up a unit that they like. For example, let's say there's even a veteran player like me who, you know, doesn't have wing hussars maxed out. I can max out my wing hussars without using them, and I can still stick with whatever, for like whatever units I use, which most people right now is using stalwarts, paladins, hussars. You know, the typical like veteran players play style right now. And low key, this is the bit that sucks, is that all of these compositions and everything, no one's changing it up. No, you're seeing the same thing every single game. You know, there's no new feel. There's no one like, oh, that guy is literally using Rattan pikes, he's trying to level those up. Or, oh, that guy's using fire lancers, he's trying to level those up. No, people can just not use units anymore and just level up the units. For example, people can be like, you know what, instead of using the Lancenets that came out and leveling them up from the beginning, I'm not going to use Lancenets. I'm just going to use Paladin, Stalwarts, and or whatever, and then I will just put all my shared XP into them until I get them high enough level and not ever use them. So people can do that too, and it low key sucks. I feel like it low key sucks because you don't see, and this is what Evo was saying, you don't see a lot of like randomization. You don't see people actually grinding units that, you know, they aren't really trying to grind or anything. They're just trying to level up. Like, I miss that aspect. Also, by the way, look at this charge. Absolutely beautiful charge. And my freaking lancers got hit by a freaking tread too. It was beautiful charge, dude. Beautiful. I was having so much fun with these lancers. These lancers, I will say, they are probably one of them and the lancenets. When the lancenets do a pretty good charge too, it's definitely some of the just a fun aspect of literally just using T4 Cav, and they're like bulldozing over things and stuff. It feels very nice. So yeah, so that's some of the bad things. You're just constantly seeing some of the same unit compositions. You're seeing no one changing things up, and you know, the aspect of sometimes just players, it just kind of ruins matchmaking a bit for me. I feel, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of ruins matchmaking for me a little bit, because of the fact that I know for a fact when playing at the higher levels, you're literally only seeing the same unit compositions and nothing really changes. Anyways, guys, have a great day, have a good one. I'll be seeing you guys in another video of the good and the bad.